We're here today because we lost our son Mitchell, and that's who we're dedicating our quilt square to.
And we lost Mitchell on the 16th of March 2023.
I'm doing the square for my daughter, who was 21, and she died the 15th of June 2024.
I made a square for the quilt for my son Jamie, who we nicknamed Jim Bob.
Our square is for my big brother Carl.
I'm doing my square for Frank O'Donoghue.
I'm doing the square for my son Gabriel Farmer, also known as Big G.
Well, I've actually had to make two squares, sadly, because this one is for my father, and then my second square is for my daughter Miriam.
I'm doing this square for my son Tristan.
We're doing our square for our son Stefan.
Well, I'm doing the quilt for my son, Richard Martin Turner.
I made my square for my daughter Charlie.
This square's for David, my twin son, who killed himself on the 18th of February 2021.
So my square is about my son Luke.
My square is for my son Danny, who left us 22 years ago.
He was just something else, didn't need sleep. He was lively, but always happy, always happy.
Mitchell was probably one of the most intelligent men that I knew.
He had a life-size cutout of Ainsley Harriott printed out, and he used to have a great time placing Ainsley in all different areas of the house.
He was always on his computer gaming.
Yeah, he would play with his friends, and I think maybe for Mitchell that it was that escapism from his diagnosis of depression, that he could actually, you know, speak to people and there was no judgment because he was behind a screen and he was a figure on a screen.
Yeah, they were a bright, sensitive person. Just starting out on her life, really. Loved drama and dancing and Stranger Things on the TV and Umbrella Academy and reading books and drawing all the time. This is one of her drawings that I got tattooed on me just this year with my daughter. She's got a matching one, so yeah, we took it off of her bedroom wall, and yeah, we've got matching tattoos now to remind us every day.
Kind, funny, made us laugh every day, always looked out for other people, checking in that they were okay.
But he was the life and soul of the party. But he was also very fair about everything and had integrity at work as well. He got lots of awards for different things whilst he was in the police. He actually talked down someone that was perched on the edge of a multi-storey car park and talked him down.
The male suicide rates in the UK are 16.4 per 100,000. That accounts for 74% of all suicides.
Frank was my youngest son, the youngest of two brothers, and Frank was brilliant in so many ways. So he was bright and beautiful, and when he was 13, adolescence got the better of him, and it felt like it stole his joy. And all of those things about Frank were still there, and you would get glimpses of them amongst some real sadness and depression.
As far as I know, he was doing well, really well. But obviously, he was of a mindset where men didn't talk. You didn't talk about your problems, you just got up and got on with it. So obviously, his suicide was the biggest shock of my life.
He had the crisis team come round, but they came twice, and when he wasn't in on the Wednesday, they decided not ever to come back again because he wasn't in. He didn't want to see him anyway, didn't want to speak to them. He was embarrassed because of what he'd done. He was embarrassed that people knew that he'd tried to kill himself and he didn't succeed. And it just made him go even more inward.
He had his life planned. He told a friend he wanted to get married, he wanted to have children. He had his life all mapped out. And none of that happened, and it's just really sad.
He was a father of 6, and 4 weeks before he died, he became a granddad.
Nationally, there are 19 suicides per day. That's 1 suicide every 75 minutes.
My father was born in 1920, and he, at 19, he went to war. He was with the forces that marched up through Italy, and I found it a terrible thing to lose my father in my 20s, and I found it very difficult to talk about. Nobody wanted to hear about it, and they were embarrassed about his death. I didn't imagine for a minute that the same thing would happen to one of my children. I would say the care that was offered to Miriam was really patchy. We still don't really think of mental illness as something that kills you, just as cancer does or any other illness.
I think you've got to raise awareness because there's no help out there for people. It's just no help at all. I mean, Richard did try once before. He went into hospital and they said that he got to stay in for 28 days. And they released him 3 days later. And when I phoned them up, they said, it's all right, he's not suicidal. And a week later, he committed suicide.
You not only lose the person you love most in the world, you lose who you are, who you could be. You lose people in your life, sometimes friends and family. It's utterly devastating, and more needs to be done to change this.
Neurodivergent people are much more likely to die by suicide than the general population.
We feel that he was let down in terms of his autism because no one had truly got to know Mitchell in order to really help understand who he was, to then look at other treatment options. It was always a medication treatment and nothing else because his autism was a barrier to that.
And they've probably got so many people that have to see in a day suffering with this darkness and this trauma that they're going through. There was no personalisation at all.
Mitchell would have thrived if he'd have had, someone to actually come out to our house in his environment to get to know him, get to know us, and help him re-engage with society in a way that he felt comfortable.
My other children have ASD. Definitely believe she had ASD. I definitely believe she had ADHD. Kind of didn't really ever get to that bit at the end. It was kind of never really came to getting a diagnosis, but it was definitely there. So from the age of 11, the process started. We went to all, what we was asked to do. She had psychiatry meetings. There was in that journey, a couple of cry out attempts of taking overdoses. We'd, sit in hospital. We'd go to more meetings. But no one ever really took it serious. Erin used to say, from the age of 10 that she had voices, she heard voices from the age of 10, continuously told her she shouldn't be here and that she should kill herself. That story, that never changed for her. Everyone we see, you know, through the journey, she'd told them the same thing. I just feel we were let down. It was never taken serious.
We never labelled him, because back in the day, you know, Jamie was 31, so back then, autism and ADHD, it was out there, but I don't think people really took it seriously or understood it, and I knew he struggled. He always worried, his confidence used to slip.
Those people that are marginalised in society are impacted the greatest, and we get the repercussions of them not being supported effectively in society.
What you guys are doing is fantastic.
We're able to speak Mitchell's name and share little parts of Mitchell.
And we can get together with people that and connect with people that actually understand what's going through our minds.
It's been bittersweet because obviously the nature of why not just myself but all of us are doing it. We're all doing a square because we've lost a loved one. But I feel proud to be part of the process because I want to do anything I can to help my son's memory and his name live on.
When I saw the Kent Memorial quilt, it made me think I need to be a part of that because I've lost 2 people in my family now, both very close to me, and in that 10-year gap between the 2 boys, we done nothing. I want it to be as big and as important as everything else we talk about.
Being part of Speak Their Name means a lot to me.
I'm not certain that all of my family understand exactly what it is. And I try not to force things on people, but you know, I'll bring my family along to the unveiling of the quilt because that matters to me and it's for Tristan. So.
It is unfortunately very common that people go through these experiences and you know, and speaking their name will hopefully encourage people that are suffering to speak as well and explain what they are going through. It's not easy.
To know that the quilt's travelling around Kent and Jamie's part of that, and the fact that we're going to be speaking his name, to me, I've lost him, but I want him out there.
I think it's a brilliant name for it. Speak Their Name.
Seeing men, so many men take their own life, and young men, and I just want to be part of, if I save one life, or if this project that everyone's on saves one life, it could have been my son's life.